OneWest Magazine, OneWest Radio. It's your boy P Flicks, Damian Sanders, man. We live and in charge. We in full effect. We doing it real big. Big shouts out to my homeboy OG Suicide for laying down this OneWest foundation all day long. We got a very special guest in the house today, man. He been doing this thing. Man, we got Goldie Loc in the house, man. How you doing, nephew?
Oh, man, you know me. I'm just doing what I do. Keeping it moving.
Man, already, man. First of all, thanks for taking the time to holler at OneWest right quick.
Hell yeah, man. It's all good. It's a pleasure, man. It's a treat.
Now, for the fans that don't know out there, man, how did Goldie Loc get started in hip-hop?
Well, man, as a youngster growing up in Long Beach, you know, I was groomed into it. You know, my household, you know, we love music, you know, so, you know, just being a youngster, just loving the reaching in crates on records, you know what I'm saying, and seeing the G's do it before me, you know what I'm saying. It's just a blessing, man, and that's where all my stuff come from, you know. My stuff comes from the deep in the cracks and crevices of the ghetto, you know.
I can dig it now. When you mentioned the G's before you, is there any names in particular that we're talking about?
You know, One Way, Cameo, Roger Zapp, you know, brothers like that, you know, Parliament, Bootsy Collins.
All day long.
You know, real good music like that. That's what I grew up on, you know, so watching hip hop as a youngster, you know, it was crazy because we was gangster rapping, we was gang bang rapping, you know.
Yeah, I can dig it. Now you had
I grew up on.
Now you had an opportunity to hook up with Snoop Dogg and Trey D, and y'all started the group the Eastsidaz. Tell us how that situation came about for you.
Okay, well, see, I was pushing back then, you know, with OGs to Wall Street, you know, back then, and I was doing beats for, you know, Dub Shack and Snoop Little Brother, you know, saying I was getting it out there. I was starting to bubble up as a youngster, and Snoop, you know, we ran into a couple of situations where Snoop was involved, you know, and Snoop knew I was pushing in the hood. I was doing my thing, and I ended up in a situation where we started kicking it around each other before we was doing records. You know what I mean? I ended up in his household with his little brother, and I started hanging out, you know, not really owning like that, but coming around because, you know, I'm out here smashing, you know, so we just started linking up and hanging out, and then one day we was banging out in the studio, and he was like, hey, man, you know, how you feel about, you know, doing the Eastsidaz with Trey D, a group, man? And I was like, shit, fuck it, let's go, let's do it, you know what I mean? And that's how that.
Now I dig that. Now, the group dropped 2 albums. Both of the projects went platinum. Tell us about the emotions you felt receiving those plaques in the mail for the very first time.
Oh man, it was crazy because we didn't have no internet when we did this, you know what I'm saying? We did this with the 10 toes down on the ground, you know what I mean? And it's crazy, man, because you get them goosebumps, man. You know, I got them right now as we speak. You know, so being a youngster and having to deal with competition like that in my circle, you know what I'm saying, I had to step it up, but you know, I couldn't really do what I really wanted to do because I didn't want to make nobody feel I was trying to outshine them. So I always known back, you know, deep in my mind, I always knew just do what I gotta do and my time will come, you know.
Now the Eastsidaz is one of the best groups that ever touched down in hip hop all day long.
We did all that with no marketing promotion, brother. We went platinum plus with nothing. With what we got, what we had, what we took. We jumped on the plane. We went to the tunnel when no West Coast was supposed to be in the tunnel. I'm a youngster. I'm 18, 19 years old. Shutting it down.
All day long.
You know, no internet, my brother, nothing.
Oh, for sure. Now, just that right there just shows how good a group you guys were. But I was wondering, why do you think it is these days, especially on the West Coast, that groups can't seem to stay together and get a record out there?
Because it's a lot going on. What people need to understand is control has crept into our system, and it's not being handled the way it's supposed to be handled. And people are starting to realize that, you know, the internet is very powerful. So people need to start waking up and understanding that we got to come together, man, and we got to do this. We got to keep head strong at what we do and quit letting people separate what's really going on. See, when we did what we did, it was all love. We had to put our community together first. We had to put our neighborhood together first. We had to put the guns down.
Oh, I can definitely dig that. Now, once again, this is OneWest Radio, OneWest Magazine. We live and in charge. We got Goldie Loc of the Eastsidaz in the house right now. Now, for y'all that don't know, he got a show coming up right in here in April, the Crush Groove. Tell us about that right there.
Oh, yeah, we got the first one on the 18th in Fresno, you know, and then we got the one on the 19th at the Forum. Everybody come up, banged out. Let's go.
The legendary Forum all day long. Now, as an artist, what would you like to see more of in hip-hop?
Business. I would like to speak on some business real quick because when you doing this hip hop, this street rap, whatever you want to call it, it's a market out there, and you got to learn the business side of it, and you got to learn how to attach yourself at times in a different kind of way, and you got to learn how to deal with pressure and things like that as being an artist, you know. So talk about business when you get around people, you know, and don't talk too much about flossing and what somebody else doing that you can't do and what's stopping you and all that biggery, that hating. And we need to quit that, man. That's not gonna get us nowhere, my brother. Let's talk about some business. Let's talk about some merchandise. Let's talk about where we going. Let's talk about who we helping. Let's talk about who's coming next. What we have to do.
For sure. Now, tell us about your opinion on what do you think about what it is to be signed to a major as opposed to be doing your thing independently?
Oh, it's a big difference because you're in control of your destiny. What means most to you is what you do to your heart and for yourself and for your fans. If you got to let somebody else dictate what you're doing, then that's a no-no. You know, nowadays, you can kick it off with what you do for yourself, especially if you already got a name for yourself, man. You already got fans. You know, just do what you do best. But if you're trying to come in the game, you know, and do what you do, you got to keep it 100, man. You got to keep it solid, you know.
All day long now. You also had an opportunity to do a little bit of acting. You appeared in the movie The Eastsidaz, independent film. I spoke to Trey D about it, man. I told him that was one of my favorite movies out there still to this day. You played the character Snap.
Yeah, man. I was snapping, you know. That's like a character that it's like a real life character that was real shy and couldn't really show himself because there was a lot of things that I was afraid of, you know. And that's some real stuff right there, man. And it's crazy how it play out later on, you know, in life.
All day long now. Can we look forward to seeing you in a movie anytime soon?
We're gonna do it together. You know, me and D, we're gonna do a short film. You know, we're gonna do a short film and get it ready for the album while the singles out there bubbling.
Okay, all day long. So now you say it's a single on the way. Can you tell us anything about that?
Oh man, it's in my files, man. You know, I just been separating stuff and putting stuff in certain files, and I hear it, I got it. So when Trey D hear it, it's gone. It's out of here.
I heard that. Now, one big question I asked everybody the same thing, and I asked Trey D. I ain't gonna give you his answer. For all the songs that you guys ever recorded as a group, what's your favorite track out there and why?
That me and D, that the Eastsidaz did?
Yeah. And what's your favorite track and why?
On the records or just period?
Period.
Period? The one that give me them goosebumps?
Man, like if you was stuck on the island, you can only pick one song out your archives from the group. Which one would it be?
Oh, you killing me, man. You know what? I think I was snatched It So Hard.
Okay. And why is that?
I don't know if y'all know too much about that song, but it's a cold-blooded one, brother. But you know, yeah, that's my decision. Then I go with Friends.
Okay. He said Another Day.
Another Day is cold too. See, that we going into shit.
He said he thought that song was big because he had Crips and Bloods bumping that right there, flipping the script.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of songs that went down like that. You know, it's crazy, man, because he did it. We really touched down in them ghettos. We talked to people. We shook hands. We helped people. You know, we got into it with people. We ironed things out with people. You know, and that's why them records had an effect on no matter who you was, what you was, what you looked like. Them records get you through your day in your life.
All day long. Now, for the
them records is not no joke.
All day now. For the new album that's coming out, what can fans expect most from it?
Some more wisdom, some more courage, some more strength, and some more guidance.
I'm already knowing.
They gonna get that because we deserve to be able to teach that and promote that to people, because that's what we about.
Now, I also understand you guys gonna be working on a documentary as well.
Yeah, we're gonna be filming everything. I got a lot of sponsorship deals I'm gonna be closing, so I gotta get the studio all ready, and everything's gonna be everything. So we're gonna document all this, and we're gonna have a ball doing it.
And you do know that. Now, you definitely got to have OneWest in the house to cover this event all day. This is history being made. We big fans. We support you 110%. Want to make sure we cover this from the Rudy to the Tootie.
Okay, well then you and your boys, y'all need y'all tickets, man, so y'all come backstage with us.
And there it is. Now, moving forward, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been doing your thing for a while. How do you feel Goldie Loc has grown as an artist over the years?
I done took some big steps, man. It's like I was talking to somebody, man, very important to me, and they told me, I'm gonna keep it real, man. You predict the future. I don't know if you know that. And I said, nah, man, it's crazy, man, because it touches me sometimes that I can sit somewhere and listen to some stuff that I done already did that's just being revamped. You know what I mean? So people think it's magic or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. You know, so I'm just gonna continue doing what I do. If that's what it takes for me to keep predicting the future, then I'm gonna keep the music coming, so everybody can keep predicting the future.
Okay, now.
So I'm ahead of my time. I'm one of them kids that was ahead of my time.
Dig that. Now, is there anybody in particular, artists or anybody out there that you would like to collaborate with that you haven't worked with in the past?
Oh yeah, I got a whole folder for that. You know, Nipsey, Glasses Malone, all them brothers that's out there holding it down. Oh, it's going down. Trust me.
So now when you explained earlier, now when you came to the game, you was the youngster, you know what I'm saying, in the group doing your thing. Now you with G doing your thing. What would be your advice to the youngsters that's coming up now, trying to get their feet wet?
I'm still a youngster. Look at me. You see, I've grown, but I'm still a youngster. Check me out. Look at what I'm doing. It can happen to anybody.
All day long.
Stay pushing. Stay dedicated. Stay pushing. Stay smashing. And do what you want to do. What you believe is right. Don't let nobody dictate nothing what you're doing. Disconnect from all the third-party people in your life right now that's not representing you properly, man. Do it yourself, and you'll be all right.
Man, that's advice I can use myself right there all day long. Now, once again, this is OneWest Magazine, OneWest Radio. We got Goldie Loc in the house of the Eastsidaz. They got the shows coming up with the Crush Groove. The group is back together, if y'all didn't know it, man. So we got a lot of good music on the horizon. Now, for the fans that want to find you online, how do they find you online?
You know, you can catch me at follow Goldie Loc on the Twitter. You know, you can catch me at the Eastsidaz Management too as well, the MGMT, the Eastsidaz MGMT. You know, the Instagram, you can catch me at Mr. Goldie Loc. You know, and then you can catch me at my Gmail, MrGoldieLoc@gmail.com, you know.
And there it is right there. Now, is there any quick shout outs you want to throw on the street before we go?
Much love for everybody out there still smashing. Man, I gotta give it up to all my peoples, the 5 block. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Everybody tatted up from back in the days. Let's go freshen them up. Let's get up out here and push it.
And there it is right there. Once again, this is OneWest Magazine, OneWest Radio. Goldie Loc in the house, man. We sure appreciate you for taking the time, G.
All day long.
Hey, and you do know that. OneWest Radio.
Shot.
Keep my head up and stand tall. If I stumble and I'll